Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling.
Vegas, baby, Vegas!
Las Vegas, Nevada. Are you ready? TheBoxingVoice.com. Welcome to Las Vegas, baby. We taking over.
Ness Heyman.
Mr. Vegas, you are Mr. Las Vegas.
I get in every fucking shit. They want me there.
TBV presents a ring walk with Danny.
Ring Walk Danny.
Daniel.
Owen Bama, only in America.
Because I fight for the people. I go for you and you and you. All the beautiful kids is here.
We turning TBV into the Hot 97 of boxing.
Keep talking from Vegas.
You already know if it's a big fight, I'm pulling out. Chicago, we in here.
Man.
From the cotton fields of Alabama to the casinos of Las Vegas. Mama, I made it.
We up early, baby. The grind don't stop. Gilly the Kid ain't gonna be the only one around here doing big shit.
You are now locked into the Boxing Voice live from Las Vegas with Nesta Gibbs and Ring Walk Danny. This message was brought to you by SDS Promotions.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I am your host, Nesta Gibbs, and we are back with our Untitled series where we really don't have a subject and we try to get out of niche guests. And today we have a super duper guest. I want to say it's probably the biggest guest for our Untitled series yet, but I am joined alongside Daniel Alvarez, aka Ringwalk. What up, champ?
What up, champ? You open and close for business. What's going on here? Come on, man.
I mean, you know, producers, man.
Fucking up and shit.
Oh, it must have went out.
Oh, damn.
No, it didn't.
No, it
Hit the
didn't.
on button, man.
Bow. How
That
you
was
feeling?
on. I'm
like
good.
it never happened.
Yeah.
You, definitely the biggest guest ever on Untitled.
Yep.
No doubt about it. Look forward to lighting one up, talking a little bit, and just definitely just something different, right?
For sure, man. I want to discuss, I guess, the movie, and how he felt the role of his father was portrayed, and just I guess growing up being Lil Eazy-E, that's got to be tough. Those are some big shoes, and I want to hear that story, man. I want to hear that story. So I'm excited for our first guest. Remember, if you want to ask him a question, head on over to our Patreon page, and you could drop Lil Eazy a question. Oh, okay, Danny. What you playing over there? What you listening to? That's one of the questions, actually. They already asked what's in his top five artists he's bumping. So I guess I gotta ask you that, man. What's your top five you bumping right now?
That I'm bumping.
That you bumping?
Top five, Yayo, he's in there. Kendrick for sure right now. Damn, definitely got some Dirk, some Herb in there.
No Baby?
Yeah, definitely some Lil Baby. You kind of, honestly, it's funny. Funny enough, you being the old head, you kind of put me on to some Baby.
I mean, how old is Lil Baby though? It's two of them though, right? The Baby, right? Which one is the?
Nah.
He looks older.
Yeah, I'm talking about Lil Baby.
That's the one with the dreads.
Yeah, that's the one you be.
I know,
yeah.
but that's the one with the dreads though, right?
Right.
Yeah, the other one, he seems a little bit older, right?
Yeah, I don't know how the Baby is.
Oh, you don't listen to him?
Nah, not for real.
He kind of tight.
Is
It's
he?
crazy to hear his story too, right? His story is more like he wasn't really a rapper, is what they say, and I don't know. That was pretty crazy.
Nah, that's Lil Baby, bro.
Really?
He was in the studio with his homies and he really wouldn't rap, but he'd just be kicking it. And then one day they told him to hop on the beat, and he was actually nice and took it
Okay,
for
so I
real.
got the stories mixed up.
Yeah, for sure. It's all good, champ.
No, I hear you, man.
It's all good.
So, how excited are you, man? Shout out to Harading and DJ Bonix, obviously, for setting this up with us. Getting us Lil Eazy-E in studio and allowing us to test our interview skills outside of the boxing niche. But I hear he's a big boxing fan.
I do hear that.
So that makes it easier.
If I'm not mistaken, mixed martial arts as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so
then you and him will have a thorough conversation on that. I don't really get down with the whole MMA.
Well, actually, come to find out, his dad was actually into martial arts, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it was karate, judo. I'm not sure if it was a certain, form of it, but yeah.
Okay. Sure. Okay. It's funny. What was that? Enter the Dragon, that scene from Enter the Dragon when Bruce Lee is like...
I don't even know what that is, bro. You can stop right there.
That's sad, man. That's sad. This is what this generation has produced.
Stop right there, bro. I told you I don't really watch movies. That's just for people that got too much time
Enter the Dragon
in their life, bro.
It was out before you was born.
All right.
But anyway, the point is they did what is it called, like face mapping, and they put Floyd over Bruce Lee.
No.
In that scene where they got to touch hands, and as soon as they start, like whoop, and he just smacks shit out of him. Guess who he's smacking?
Guess who Floyd smacking?
Yeah.
Connor?
Canelo.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that was so crazy.
That's fucked up.
Mm-hmm. They don't let Canelo live that laws down, huh?
Damn, what the fuck's that? They're
having a party, baby. It's a networking building over here. They don't play. Shout out to Farouk for becoming a prospect on the YouTube members. Welcome to the prospect level. Shout out to you, champ. We appreciate your support. We should begin Lil Eazy in a few seconds. I've already asked Bo to bring him in. Might as well get it started.
Might as well start the party. There you go.
All right.
There you go.
Compton.
Okay.
Well, we see him. Oh, yeah, you on a big screen, champ.
Yeah.
Shout out to Harading. I like that shirt.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, me neither.
That looked like some fine text there.
I'll take him off there. What's happening with y'all?
All right, what's going on, man?
How you doing, brother? It's a pleasure, brother. For sure. Much appreciated. It's respect, brother, for sure. How you doing?
Likewise, man. Thank you for coming through.
Oh, I appreciate y'all for having me, man. Appreciate y'all for having me. We're gonna put these on, so we're gonna take these off.
Nah, leave them on. He bust down parties.
Oh man, see, I feel it. You know what I mean? It's just something that that came with the time. You know what I mean?
Can you just Bo? Can you fix his mic?
Check.
There
we go.
There we go. Come on.
We good.
Yes, indeed.
So, where do we start? I mean, I don't want to be cliche and boring and start from the beginning, but I feel like I have to. I feel like your story has to be an intriguing one, if not a difficult one. Like, those are some big shoes, being
most definitely
the son of a legend. We deal with that in boxing.
With the same name.
Exactly.
With the same name
indeed.
at that.
Yes,
we
indeed.
deal with that in boxing. Like Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. obviously didn't have it as easy as his father did. Some would argue that he did because his father paved the road, but because of who his father was, there was a lot of pressure on his shoulders. And I feel like it's like that for every father-son duo. And now I know that this is out of niche and this is rap, but I still feel like, again, legendary name, and you have to carry that on. So take us from the beginning, man. How was it?
Man, I appreciate it. It's tough. It's just like how you explain it, you know what I mean? But a lot of individuals that, probably don't even know me or even get to know me and understand it is, I got into this, you know what I mean, just to want to represent a legacy that I figured was, forgotten at that time. I can't feel my father's shoes, you feel what I'm saying? So when you think of, Chavez, you know what I mean, it's hard to get up in there and think that you're going to feel them gloves like anybody else. I don't feel that. I can't.
Okay.
You know what I mean? What my pops laid down is what he laid down. It was historical to make him who he is. It's just at that time I felt like, well, you know what I mean, let me go ahead and dust these gloves or these shoes off to let individuals know that these should stand on, have their own stature. You feel what I'm saying? You should have your own star. And when I decided to do that at 18, it wasn't for my own accolade. It wasn't for me to sit here and have, you know what I mean, a title or anything like that. It was just a young boy representing a legacy that I felt people just forgot about, and is, you know, started this. You feel what I mean? It put everybody in position to be who they want or had a freedom of speech to say what they want in this music game. And to think about it, you know what I mean? We could go back and not to sit here and drag on it, but my father was just, you know, like Cube used to say, he was like Yoda. He thought beyond his time. You feel what I'm saying? So he, you know, things that individuals are doing now, he were doing in 1993. You feel what I'm saying? So that's all. I just wanted to sit here and felt the world should respect. And the fact of how he died may have overshined, you know what I mean, the you know what I mean, the stage that they give him. You know what I mean? It seems like when we have the shoot 'em up, bang, bang, or an individual dies of, you know what I mean, gun violence, it's more highlighted. And to per se was, you know, at that time, you know, when I was young, was Biggie and Pac. And it's like, hey, well, you know, you guys kind of forgot about, you know, who they respected, who they looked up to, you feel what I'm saying? And who really, again, started this.
So were you born and raised in Compton?
In Compton, yeah. When I say that, I you know what I mean, I mess with my family. I said, I think I got something on Daddy. He says, what? I was born and raised in Compton, because the hospital I was born in was actually in Compton, California. Is now, you know what I mean, no longer, you know, standing. It's a high school. You feel what I'm saying? So literally born and raised in Compton. And with my grandparents, which is his mother and father, they raised me, you know what I mean, up until I left the house at 18.
And how old were you when he passed away?
I was 10. We buried him April 7th. I turned 11 April 23rd.
Wow.
Yeah, so he died March 26th. We buried him April 7th. I turned 11 April 23rd in 1995.
So just weeks before your birthday.
Oh, yeah, exactly 2 weeks, brother. Yep.
Damn. It's got to be tough for sure. I mean, I guess the silver lining is you did have those 10 years to, you know, be with him.
Oh, but definitely get to know him, and as well. I heard my brother saying something. He actually, I see he kind of looked it up, but my father was into martial arts, and he had me all the way up until my blue belt in Hapkido.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And he was coming to my training, and you know what I mean. And one time I remember it like it's yesterday. He finished seeing me, you know, train for my blue belt, and he said, I'm finna get in shape. I said, why? He said, I'm gonna go and fight your sensei. You know? And he was like a triple black belt.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? Just the knowledge and seeing footage, you know, like Pops could get out. But that was the thing about it in Compton with the, you know, the OGs, like, you know what I mean, that comment of Last Dragon or Bruce Lee was something of their favors or liking. So a lot of them, either they went to the service and learned it, or in the streets they just learned, you know, karate.
For sure.
Yeah.
He's got.
Okay. Good.
That was for you.
Okay.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, man. So, I guess
I was gonna say at that point, like, you know, growing up, do you understand who your father is?
That's a good story.
Yeah, good question.
At times it was funny, bro. It was like we used to go to Disneyland a lot. You know what I mean? He had an artist, you know, rest in peace, Toker. You know what I mean, from Brownside. And Toker used to come with us to Disneyland a lot of times. And my father used to go. He used to take groups. Another reason why his name was pulled to go meet the president. You know what I mean? Because he donated. He did so much for, you know, children's, you know, charities. And sometimes we used to go with different children that was, you know what I mean, just like you know, that didn't too much have it going on, or different charities where they lost something or going through ailments, and they came with us. So, you know, when you sit there and start thinking about it, like, hey, we going to Disneyland, and we you know, I want to sit here and go take a picture with Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
And when you start noticing the line and take a picture with your daddy is longer than the line for Mickey Mouse, you start thinking like, dang, man, like, dang, daddy, like, we just want to get on Splash Mountain, like, daddy is somebody. You feel what I'm saying? So we were young, and we seen it in different occasions like that to really understand. And then, you know what I mean, just, you know, the sad part of the sorrow of it is his passing is, you know what I mean, we just seen, you know, how detrimental it was and how big it was, and, you know, the impact of individuals that came. You know what I mean? It was over like thousands of individuals that came to his funeral. So, you know, that was another thing to an eye opener, like, wow. You know, he was bigger than that, but, you know, to us kids, we just think about daddy.
Yeah.
You know.
That's crazy. So when he passes, I remember hearing you speak in a previous interview, and you saying how you jumped off the porch.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So for those who aren't familiar, who may not know, describe, at least to you, what that meant at that young age.
I jumped off the porch is in Compton, California. Is I got into the streets, you know what I mean? Got into the gang violence and, you know, chasing the life that, you know, he lived, and, you know what I mean, the dope dealing and being this little big man and having respect in the neighborhood. And it was a lot of anger, you feel what I'm saying? Just like I go and talk to a lot of youth authorities and kids and everything, and I give them my story. You know what I mean? Reason we all went through it where we had mistakes and we went through situations in lives that we were not proud of, or was not the right route that you want to sit here and give off to the youth, because I have kids now myself. And I jumped off the porch at 11 years old. You feel what I'm saying? So when he passed again, I was 10. I turned 11, and it was just anger and sorrow. So I jumped into the streets. You feel what I mean? And that was mine, because I had, just that turmoil, and I was just chasing. I'm a young kid with a lot of anger in my heart. You feel what I mean? So again, at 11 years old, I jumped off the porch.
Did the streets embrace you, or because of who your father was, were people trying to Lil Eazy, you know what I'm saying?
Most definitely. I was told not to come around there. I better not be caught chilling over here in the block. Stop kicking with these people who are dumb. You smart. You're not this. So I had a lot of homies, and as you get wiser and you get older now, the man that I am now, and became, time years before, you just understand the respect that the individuals that did have for that, and then the ones that did do that are dead right now. You feel what I'm saying? So I take heed to the real OGs that I have, because they did try to make that turn to saying, hey, not you. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You ain't got to do this. You solid. You feel what I mean? Not you. And then they have situations where you get into it with other sides of Compton. And I remember one time, it was a story my uncle told me, and he was like, yeah, I was just sitting there chilling in the spot, and my little homies come in there running, they need a pistol. And he's like, yeah, we finna go get, and I had a nickname at that time. So we was finna go get Fubu such and such. And he's like, what? You talking about E? Baby Eric? They call me Baby Eric. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you little young niggas ain't not finna, what I'm saying, do this to my nephew. So you get older and understand there's a lot of stuff I didn't have to do. It wasn't unnecessary. It was stupid. You feel what I'm saying? Just like I tell the youth now, it's just, what I mean? It's just.
So when did you realize?
When I realized that, wow, it took some time. It took some time for me to realize that, because even when probably my first record deal, I was still a hothead. I was still, just ignorant.
That's when I know y'all good now, but that's when
there you go. I know you spit
yeah, that's when you had to beef with the game.
Yeah, I was still a hothead, you know what I mean? So he's my brother is now, and he understands it, and I say it each and every time. I was young and dumb, so I was proving a point. I still had a chest to beat. You feel what I'm saying? Even being in the industry, even having $1 million record deal. You feel what I'm saying? I was still, you kind of still, traumatized to your youth, and so it took some time. I
like that though. I like that you admit that, and you speak on that, and you speak on that openly, because he tells me all the time. He's like, bro, to be 25, you're in a great place. And for me, I'm like, damn, I didn't made mistakes and I didn't fucked up, and I feel like I'm playing catch up.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it is what you were saying. I felt like, I'm on top. I'm like,
what?
I'm bigger than the world.
Tell me nothing. You feel what I'm saying? I'm really from Compton at that time. You know what I'm saying? I'm really out here.
So what was the beef between you and the gang?
It was, and I want to say, and in respects to always, people who touch on it and to keep, going. I think it was just the managers that he had at the time that is no longer his managers, kind of just, threw a wrong bone my way.
Okay.
And it was like, just some bad information on a deal we were supposed to do. You feel what I'm saying? As individuals see, we were solid. You know what I mean? I'm on this documentary in the beginning. You feel what I'm saying? I'm on a documentary 3, which is Look How God Is. You feel what I mean? When I was fresh out of jail after the movie came out, and he called me to the studio like, hey, you want to hop on my album? And that's my dog. I got love for him. So at that time, it was just, I was young and dumb, and I let somebody throw a bone. And you know how when you're young and aggressive, and yeah, like, can't say nothing about me. Like, what? I really do this. You feel what I'm saying? You got me twisted. Like, I pull up on anywhere, anyhow. You feel what I'm saying? And throughout Compton, and that's just me. You know what I'm saying? And a person asked me in New York, like, is he who you have to go through to go to Compton? And I just answered it like, no. You know what I mean? You asking me that. You know what I mean? I'm as humble as I am now, and I tried to be as a youngster. It's just like, nah, like, ain't no, I go from front to back of Compton. You don't have to check in with nobody, especially in that nature. No, you feel what I'm saying? So I answered the question, and it got taken the wrong way.
Yeah.
And then once it went that way, I said, hey, well, fuck it. If that's how they feel. If I threw the bone and you caught it, well, the motherfucker, you was meant to grab it. So I was just young and aggressive and dumb. You feel what I'm saying? But
and since then, you guys have conversated?
Oh, very. Man, that's my dog. That's my brother. You know what I mean? Like I said, I was on the documentary, was 3? When I first got out, which is when the movie came out, he called me and did that. But we have talking and we have chilled. And even in that situation, we were young, we kind of hashed it out. It took a little bit while, you know what I mean? It took a few times, but, you know what I mean? We got the point and understood it even back then. So since then, we've been solid.
I know you said that he actually really helped push one of your out. Like
he's the reason why I had a record deal. I'm always gonna give him the credit. You
really?
Know what I'm saying? Yeah. If people really look back and you look at his first mixtape, Confessions. This is my confessions. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to know about Easy Son till I raised my white tee and they seen his gun. That 16 got me a record deal, $1 billion record deal. Nice. And that 16, he wrote it, majority of it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, right then and there. Hey, we gonna come and go on my mixtape. Okay. Walked into Universal Studio and he did it on his. He's really talented. He did it on his BlackBerry. We used to have BlackBerries back then.
Yeah.
He did it on his BlackBerry and he's like, hey, you can hop on it now. I got a verse. Cool. You know what I mean? And he was like, you got it. I'm pretty intelligent, so I like, cool. Read it, looked at it, recited and said it.
Now, this was all before or after his partnership with 50 Cent?
This is his first before his album came out.
Okay.
His first album came out.
So when he gets now connected with 50 and he blows up, does he reach back out to you? Do you guys do anything together?
When he blows up with 50 and he blows out the situation with 50 is when me and him went through our situation. And then I felt like a lot of people kind of tailed ended. 50 kind of played chess, not checkers, you know what I mean? Because that's when I met him. That's when I went to DJ Who Kid and they played songs that I did towards him. And it was like more salt in the wound and, you know what I mean, more shit in the fire. Uh-huh. You feel what I mean? And that was around the time him and 50 fell out when me and him was going into it.
Mm. I mean, obviously, you guys weren't beefing to the level that you wanted anything, any harm to come to him. So were you ever proud of him? Because I'm an East Coaster. I just moved here. I got maybe 3 months now or coming up to 3 months.
Wow,
I'm born and raised in the tri-state area in New Jersey. So,
that's right.
Listening to Game, he kind of put me on to the West Coast.
Yeah.
Y'all got a different style from what we used to in the East. And he had more of an East Coast style. Mm-hmm. So it really resonated with me. I don't know if you guys were kind of proud of him because I feel like he blew up.
No, he has a universal style. He's very, like I say, he's very talented. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Very talented. He kept it. He kept a flame that was being, unflourished. You feel what I'm saying? Still to be lit. You feel what I'm saying? For the city. You feel what I mean? Especially coming from Compton, California. That's a man that I am now. You feel what I'm saying? You're always proud of, your natives, of what they do to represent Compton.
For sure.
In a positive light. So yeah, you feel what I'm saying? You ask me as a man, as another brother, yeah, very much proud of any successful thing that he does.
That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I think he even had some spin-off reality shows. I was impressed by what the Game was able to do for sure. But speaking of another Compton native, have you ever had any features or any conversations with obviously Kendrick Lamar, the future now of the West Coast, right?
Yeah, that's my dog. Yeah, that's my dog. I took it and archived it, but I got like I show you guys when I leave. I got a lot of footage and different pictures and the things that I just cleaned up my Instagram, but I used to have it for a lot of people that just started following me. But when I first when the movie first came out, I actually was fresh out of jail. I was in there with Suge at the time when he did the situation, and I spent my birthday in there.
Wait. So you guys were able to?
No, because he was in high power.
I was about to say.
So when I walk by, I'm in general population. He's in high power, so he's in oranges, and we got to turn to face the wall. And it's crazy because we did it like simultaneously, looked at each other, and then I turned. I had like kind of pigtails. So you know how you in jail, individuals got to get their hair done any way they can. So it's like, hey, just do all kind of ponytails. So you might not have recognized it. And then I end up sitting here doing, I didn't go to yard or didn't, go to, and out to rec. And I just sit here and end up just watching TV in the day room. He was out there. So a homie of mine sit there and said, hey, he sent his love. And I knew what was going through and situation he had going on because the individual that he did that to, Terry Carter, is his friend and is a friend of mine. You feel what I mean? They OGs. You feel what I'm saying? They're older individuals, from the red side of Compton. And just me being respected by everybody. I've been knowing them since I was a kid. And so I knew what he was going through at that situation. So I spent the birthday in there. And when I got out the next birthday, in all respects that I let the people know, is when I performed at Coachella with Dre, Ren, Cube, and DJ Yella. Nice. And at that time in Coachella, Game and Kendrick was there. So we all performed, rehearsed to sit here at that point in time, you know what I mean? But I've been knowing Kendrick since he was young. You know, it was K-Dot. You feel what I mean? Like back in the time. You feel what I'm saying? When you doing mixtapes. So yeah, have we ever did any work together? Nah. You feel what I'm saying? It just never really dawned. You know what I'm saying? To me to push music in that nature. You feel what I'm saying? To jump in it till I was actually ready to you know what I'm saying, to get into a situation with him. But yeah, that's my dog. You feel what I'm saying? We've been knowing each other since we was young. He's younger than me though.
Now, we spoke about, you know, filling the shoes and how that sometimes is impossible. Did you ever feel like you had to become a rapper because your dad was a rapper?
Nah, it was just, you know, I came into my life to understand now. It was a catapult. It was just a lane that he opened up for us to continuously, you know what I mean, represent his legacy. And, you know what I mean, you kind of go through a growth and a wisdom point of, you know, in your life where you say like, wow, you know what I mean? I really dawned on it, not just recently. I said, if you really think about it, most successful things that I've done in life has been outside of music. Music was just a stepping stone of it, or the lane that my father left open.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have a cannabis brand in California, you know what I mean? Rich and Ruthless, my label, you know, so it's a brand. It's not necessarily a label. And even on the music side, you know what I mean? I have a few artists, but I branded it as, you know what I mean, evolution of hip hop and marijuana as a flower line, and it blew up during the pandemic. You know what I mean? We are in 96 dispensaries in Southern California. You feel what I mean? I've been on a reality TV show called Growing Up Hip Hop, where I speak on the life, you know what I mean, of being Eazy-E's son and the different things and ventures that we go through in life with the Simmons. You know what I mean? Master P was on it at one time. We have Tretch and his kids, Salt and Pepper. Bow Wow was on it. You know what I mean? Now we have Lazy Bone, his children, and Casey and JoJo and Luke, you know what I mean? So forth and so on. And I've been on that for about 5 seasons now. And, you know, we're the #1, you know, reality show on Thursday night TV and the #1 for WeTV. So, you know what I mean? TV, film, and just different ventures I'm doing, you know, are the more successful things than music. Not to say it wasn't. I put out a song and I said, hey, cool. You know what I mean? In about 35 days, maybe 40 days, it was 1 million views. And I've never started a YouTube page. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And I was like, hey, wow. You know what I mean? Like, hey, okay, this music can be successful. It's just, I you know, I never even put the full grind in it after I went through 2 different situations, label situations. And other things kind of just, you know, kind of catapulted and took off. I traveled the world and tour. I've been everywhere, you know, with DJ Yella that I could think of. You feel what I mean? And we did this years ago, if not around the time the movie came out. You feel what I'm saying? So again, you know what I mean? It's an entity of music, but it's music myself, my own product of my music. No, I have, you know, fairly put 1 song out.
Super interested in the marijuana line. So you're saying it's a flower?
Yeah, yes, indeed.
So are you like the face? Is it a
crazy.
branding,
no,
or are you
brand.
from the process from the beginning? Like, do you know the growers? Do you go to the facilities? Like, how involved are you?
Super. You know what I mean? Where it went to a point to where, because it was outdoor flower, so it was something I was not very happy about, and we just did it as a branding of the name, and then we just, you know, that was our slogan: evolution of hip hop and marijuana. And it's crazy you say that, because there's a lot of, you know, dispensaries up in the IE area where we actually videotape, and they got footage and data of individuals going there and purchasing it. And then people be like, hey, do you think that man is like an old white man? He's going, I only came in here for the rich and ruthless. And he's going in there getting his ounce. And people, you like joke around and say, hey, does he know that's your brand? I said, I can guarantee you he does not know. I walked into a dispensary with a shirt on one time, and the Be Real's dispensary, Green Thumb, with a shirt on, and I walked inside there, and they're like, oh, wow, we just picked up some of that Richie Rufus. And I was joking around. I said, yeah, really? I said, well, how you guys feel of it? Man, it's real good. He pulls it out of the thing, and he's showing me, and I laugh. I said, wow, bro. I said, that's my brand. And he's like, wow, we didn't know that. And I said, I'm okay with that. I'm cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just more so about being successful. And now I got a distribution license. You know what I mean? I have my own license, and I went through the ringer. You feel what I'm saying? It was working, you know what I mean? But the success of it is, you know, I got the equity to get my own license, you know, my own distro.
So is Rich and Ruthless in Haradin?
No. I mean, and no, we can't. I've been to being an ambassador of it, the best dispensary in Las Vegas. You know what I mean? Shout out to Jesse the Atom and DJ Bonix. And I've been working with them for years. And no, it was a process. I just have to sit here and I went and found the laws and process how to do it. And I just got to give me a grower out here. Like, again, mine's outdoor flower. You know what I'm saying? And have I, like you said, did I go to the growers? At a point in time, I didn't even know who the growers were. We was like, it looked like we were picking dirt out the motherfucking shit.
Oh, wow.
And we elevated. You feel what I'm saying? To where this grower elevated his you know, his craft, and then we elevated, you know what I'm saying, with having better product. And then I started sitting here really understanding, like, okay, cool, now where it's at. So even understand at one point at a time, getting so involved because I just heard that there was some new individual coming into town buying up all the land, and he wanted all the individuals who were purchasing from this land to be part ownership of their brand. And I'm like, wow, like who in the is this? And come to find out, it was like, oh wow, somebody tied to Jay-Z.
Oh.
So I said, oh whoa, like what? You know what I mean? But the deal that I had in play, you know what I mean, it was grandfathered in that it was just you'll never have ownership of my brand. I'm working on another distribution, and working on another distribution was expensive, you know what I mean? But it paid dues.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
So right now you can only distribute in California.
Yeah, unless I have a Nevada grower, you feel what I'm saying? Then we can sit here and talk and do what we do, and I can sit here and just bring that brand name out here. But it has to be, grew and distributed from out here.
Oh, so you can't ship.
Yeah. Not my original stuff in California. No, I can't.
Wow, that sucks.
No. Yeah, I cannot. And no dispensary cannot carry it until we go federal, and that's the understanding. But until then, I have to sit here and get a relationship, which I'm going through the process now. I've seen a lot of grows out here. I know cookies growers. I know being in this business, and you just bump shoulders and sit there and see like, wow, a lot of people are coming from the same house, and a lot of people are doing stuff in house. You know what I mean? So it's a beautiful business, though, bro.
Now, how was it getting into that? Because you spoke about obviously having to serve time or going to jail. How did you get into the industry, still having a record?
Oh man, my record was clean 6 months out of when I got out. All praise to God. You know what I mean? I don't know how, but hey. That's just a blessing, bro. That you like that right there. And that right there was a creepy one because it brought tears to my eyes to understand. Like I don't know how I got out of that one. You know what I mean? I was a felon. But hey, it all got all cleared. You feel what I'm saying? At that time, and I got violated, and I was locked up. And during the whole time and process of them doing the final promotions, and the movie's supposed to come out, and I ended up getting a job in there, and I ended up getting out maybe about 2 or 3 weeks before the movie came out.
Nice.
You feel what I'm saying? So I was able to go to premiere with everybody, able to do things. And like I said, then from that on, you know what I mean? Just like a lot of people might ask me, it's like, hey, what do you feel for the movie? It resurged a story that a lot of kids at this time would never, ever known, you know what I mean? Regardless of, you know what I mean, what story they told, how they told that story, you know what I mean? I look at everything for the positive. You feel what I'm saying?
You sound like you ain't like the way the story was told.
No, you can't. How could an individual who's
what
not
did it
here
miss?
A lot of his accolades that he did, a lot of the fact that he wasn't broke when he was getting ready to pass away. My father moved into the biggest, most expensive house he had before he passed away. You feel what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? Like, look, he had the next best rap group in history, in Bone Thugs and Harmony, and didn't even get to see, the growth and the success of that. So, you know what I mean? Like, he put an album out himself. Every time that he did put an album out, right after Dre Day, himself went platinum. Back then, we talking 1993. You feel what I'm saying? Like, count that. We all.
I remember that verse, man. It's so funny. Wasn't he in the video for Hip Hop Hooray?
Yeah, that's who. And Drink Champs, Money B speaks on it, but when he speaks on the relationship that Tupac and my father had, that's who introduced my father to Tupac, which was Tretch. Okay. You know what I mean? Tretch is big. That's family.
Yo, this world is so small. Like I told you, I'm from Jersey. I was literally like 4 blocks away from 18th Street, which was Double I, Tretch's hood. Wow. So I was in that video, Hip Hop Hooray. They shot that on my block on 12th Street. So I met your father.
Wow.
And it was funny as hell. We used to be a little rap group. It was hilarious. And I think it was Tretch. I don't know who. They had, what was it, the Young Guns or the Youngins or somebody with
Rascals.
Somebody with bald heads, and we swore we was gonna get a motherfucking battle rap against them one time. But they did that shoot on 12th Street in 4th Ave in my hood.
Wow.
And we was all on the roof and shit. Hip Hop Hooray. I remember that shit.
Yes,
was crazy.
Indeed. That's Pops Podda. Yeah. He actually produced some tracks on 5150, another platinum. Just EP Pops put out and just.
So what made me remember that is that I remember when him and Dre was beefing, he had that verse where the line I remember is he was like, Dre Day only meant Eazy Payday. And now you say that like, yo, he had Dre Day. And I'm like, oh wait, he did say that shit blew up. Yeah.
So that was just a false narrative. A lot of things as far as in the emotional crying, you know what I mean, when he sees this, or Billboard, and it was good for the culture. It's nothing to sit here and harp on. But when people
Outlaws, that was their name, the Outlaws.
Yeah, there you go. And they look on there. I think they were on the 5150 album as well.
Yeah.
And Merry Motherfucking Christmas, I want to say. So look it up. Quote me if I'm wrong. But yeah. So it's it was beautiful. It was beautiful for the legacy. It was beautiful for that. When individuals asked me the question, no, there were just some things that as a family wise, as being his son, it's just only fair that I'm gonna keep it when I'm honest with you. It's like well, that story right there was just a little tweaked. It wasn't right, or this should have been told, or this part, you feel what I mean, should have been more. On a platform or the things that he did. He had speakers before, back in 93, 94, you feel what I'm saying? He had a game where you can jack people and take their lowriders. What game does that sound like right now?
Grand Theft Auto.
Come on, brother. You feel what I'm saying? Like when Q says he was like Yoda, like that's Pops. You feel what I'm saying? Speakers. Making his own speakers. What did they do? Beats by Dre. Wow, okay. You know what I'm saying? This again is an individual who did this back in 1993, 94. You feel what I'm saying? He had a Smile Loud, Cry Later, movie. He brought the Hughes brothers who did Menace to Society out to Compton, their first trip, and staged a drive-by so they could sit here and feel like they was in reality of being in Compton. And then look at the characters of the thing, O-Dog. Yeah, similar to a little Eazy-E. You know what I'm saying? So it's just things that he was already on that, I know facts of that he was working on and had, and individuals said it was supposed to be on Atari back then. You feel what I mean? But that just sits there say like, what would he be doing?
Wait, so you think Old Dog was your father?
What? That was
bruh. Why I think it was the dude in the red car? Even though I know y'all correct, but I'm saying like. Ricky! That scene with the dude with the Jerry curl, he looked more like Eazy.
That's a Boys of the Hood. That's a Boys of the Hood.
I got the wrong movie, but don't he look more like Eazy with that? In that scene with the Jerry curl, the drive-by?
The OG blood. I see talking about.
It's like, Ricky! Yeah, I remember.
But yes, indeed. So, that's just that. Pops was on another level, you know what I mean? So it's just different things that should have been told. But again, it was good for the culture. I toured the world off of that. And when you do a tour in Australia and you go do a meet and greet outside for 15 and 14-year-olds that can't get in a club, you take heed for that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's a blessing.
Yo, let me ask you
something. How'd you get in Australia? Was it easy for you? Well, no, he said his record is clean.
And even before that, he was allowing me to go. The judge that was allowing me, he's the one who violated me, don't get me wrong, but before he violated me, he gave me permission to travel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, for real. You know what I mean? And then I knew it was clean when we got stopped in Canada a few years ago. Like,
oh no, if you made it to Canada, you clean.
Well, no, not even made to Canada. We was already in Canada and went outside and went to another part where they had a little stop in a booth, and then we had to pull out our passports and stop. And then they pulled my road manager out. And once they gave me mines back and all that, I was like, whoa, that shit's really not coming up. So hey, all praise to the God.
Tip Bellis in our chat said he's still pissed that they didn't play Compton City G's
in the movie. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? There you go. It's just a good, you know what I'm saying? That's a monumental song that a lot of individuals from around the world could understand, and the height of what was going on with the breakup. So you would think like some of that stuff should have been just like really like boiling, like what? Yeah. To any real fan, like, ooh, I wonder how that beef turn is gonna be. So like again, he understands to see that you could touch on some things that like, wow, like, it was their story.
I got Jada Real that says Eazy-E is a true legend. 100 emoji.
Oh, much love. Appreciate it.
So what was your relationship like with Ice Cube? Do you have one?
Yeah, most definitely. Just seen him last, what was that? May 16th last in Mandalay Bay. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, much love. All the time, brother. You know what I mean? That Coachella that he did, that was on my birthday. And he surprised me because I was just going to go show up at a rehearsal, and then they all walk in. So it's like the whole group, and I'm like holding the camera up, like, look at this shit. And he's like, yeah, anybody else can really put up a cameras? And I'm like, oh shit, like that. So I'm holding the camera there. So he's like, we gonna do this. He walks over to me. I'm like, this nigga see me recording? And then he walks over to me, and Q was like, so this is the part you gonna come in. And I was like shocked, and I stopped, and I said, what? So I'm looking at Q, Dre, Ring, Q, all of them, and Yella. Rehearsing, and they're like, this is where you gonna come in. And then when he did that, he turned around and said, oh yeah, happy birthday, nigga. And I said, man, I'll never forget that, because the birthday before that year I spent it in jail.
That was your 31st?
That was woo-wee, man. Yes,
I just remember you speaking on it because your father was 31 when he passed, and you spent your 31st,
bro,
in the Bing.
Yeah, bro, and got out, and that was just a midlife, just a woo. And I just, man, on the bars in jail as they singing it, like, man, look at this stuff. You feel what I'm saying? Look where I'm at this time. It ain't cool. This ain't hot. You feel what I'm saying? Like, this is something different, bro. But just understood that, God had a different plan for me, and it just always highlighting it, bro. And then like I said, I got out. And then the crazy part about it is, after we did that Coachella thing on my birthday, performed, man, chilled on the whole stage with Kendrick, Game, Dre, all that. We finished, and Cube was like, he whispered like, "Thank you." I said, "Oh, no problem." And he told me to come here and grab me by my shirt. And he's like, "Come to my office Monday." And I said, "Cool." He said, "I got a check for you." I said, "Oh man, you done had to." He like, everybody else getting paid, so I just like, that was a birthday I couldn't forget. You know what I mean? So yes, I got a relationship with Cube, man. You know what I mean? He's a good brother.
Obviously, Dre, same question.
It's he's just like everybody thinks. He's like, it's always respect. We have some cool, conversations, not as deep conversations as I had with Yella or Cube. But it's just he's another man in another
just
world.
Too big?
You would say that he's just in another man, another world. You feel what I'm saying? And not to say that, it's just, maybe it's just me as far as just to reach out.
So you don't got a beat from Dre?
No.
And I ain't talking headphones. Like he ain't want to put some fire in the sun.
I couldn't say that
Eazy-E.
he didn't give me one in my first time because it may came from, from Nephew, or it may came from Hitman.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? So, and then they'll say, "Hey, this is a beat they want you to work on." This is what I used to get back in the day. And you'll think in your mind like, "Oh, Dre must have did this one." You know what I mean? And that music just is in a hard drive. You know what I mean? It was my Virgin deal, my Black Round Universal deal. And I still got that all in a hard drive. You feel what I'm saying? I got some from J.R. Rodham and a lot of people he worked with and trained and all that. So you don't know if they're giving me something that, here, E, this is special. And it sounds like who? Dre. And you're coming from where? They're coming from record. They're coming from over there working with him. So to me, I wouldn't know if it was him behind it, underneath it. You feel what I'm saying? But, strictly to say, hey, Dre sent this, no.
For sure.
No.
So what are your goals moving forward? Some of your goals. I mean, it seems like you've accomplished a lot. I mean, with Ruthless Cannabis Company alone, that's like generational wealth right there. You setting
on the
up.
real, brother. I appreciate that. Yeah, not to even lie. Yeah, we did a big deal with this biggest company in Jamaica, Kaya. And you can look them up at, they're the biggest in Jamaica, and they kind of invested in Richard Ruthless line, and we're going to do a pre-roll. So that became the biggest deal in my life. You feel what I'm saying? That is generational wealth. But I'm still grinding and mashing for a lot of fans that want to hear music. I usually pick a time. Usually it'd be April 7th, which is Eazy Day in Compton, March 26th, the day passed, or September 7th, my father's birthday, to where I would sit here, throw music out. You know what I mean? And I'm just throwing it out. You feel what I'm saying? Just giving it, you know what I mean? A video content behind it,
Nice.
You know what I mean? And whatever it generates, because I love individuals that actually stay solid with me and follow me through my journey. And other than that, man, we're just going to sit here and grind it out for TV and film. I'm working on a documentary of simultaneously telling my life story with my father's life story and the similarities in it. And, you know what I mean? Again, you know what I mean? The differences, like he kind of pointed out, of what he went through at his age, what I'm going through my age, and give you both those depictions in my own documentary, hopefully, big screen thing. But again, like I say, TV and film is something I'm going to continue mashing on.
Where is your mother in all this? Did she like you following in your father's footsteps? Does she like the man that you've become now?
Oh, my mom! I'm my mom's firstborn, so my mama loves it to the T. I was raised by my father's mom and dad.
Okay.
So my father's father passed away a couple of years back. My grandmother's still here with us. Still a blessing to have her.
Amen.
And I appreciate it, brother. Amen. And she's definitely proud of me as far as in the obstacles she's seen, because she kind of seen both. You know what I mean? She seen one of her baby boy who became, just up the up, and me having my ups and downs and actually, kind of making a mark as a name in this industry. You feel what I'm saying? And being successful to sit here and do some things to take care of my family, as she can see, as a man's supposed to. So, what I mean? She's proud of it. I remember just back in the days, these are all that cussing. That's all. You know what I mean?
So I hear you have a sister?
Plenty of sisters. I'm the oldest of 14.
My producer is saying Ebe.
Ebe, wow, yes, yes.
He wants to. I guess she's very successful. I'm assuming the way that he's saying. He said, ask him about his sister Ebe, her success. She's about 133 followers. Also on a show called Ranch Rules.
Ranch Rules, I believe so. She's on it. Yeah, she picked up a show. Ebe's doing her thing. Ebe's Yeah, she's doing what she's supposed to do. You feel what I'm saying? He probably sit there and said that because a lot of people probably highlight, you know what I mean? We see differences in the things with each other. But yeah, my sister's doing what she's supposed to do. You feel what I'm saying? I'm happy she's successful and on the ranch roads or whatever it is. You feel what I mean? But yeah, she's doing her thing and I love her. So that's the most part about it.
Big fan. You said 14? Your oldest of 14, you said?
Yeah,
You're the oldest of 14?
Yes, indeed. Bro.
Wow.
My pops got 11 and my mom got, other kids from her marriage.
Have you met everyone?
Oh, we all know. Yeah, definitely. Ain't no. Yeah. Yes,
Wow.
very much. You know what I mean?
Relationships throughout or?
Yeah, it's of course it's like any other family. We rocky. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody has
sure.
their differences, but as far as me, as the oldest with all of them, yeah, yeah. I'm great with all of my siblings.
Do you feel any added pressure being the oldest?
Very much, all the time. He just named one sister that gives me pressure all the time. I don't do stuff she wants to. Of course, people probably know the documentary she had where she wanted to investigate his death, and I just didn't see eye to eye on it because people probably follow our show, and the ones that don't follow it, that's what we went through on our show, to where they understand that it was a difference between me and my sister. But I love her. You feel what I'm saying? I've seen her. We see each other all the time. There's some that are out of state, so we don't see all the time. You know what I mean? But other than that, we all are. You know what I mean? Not to say all will talk to each other. You know what I mean? But I have a great relationship with all of them. To extent, I would say my sister Erica has the best relationship with each and every one of them, and she's my sister up underneath me. She's a girl up underneath me.
So I hear you're a boxing fan.
Oh yeah, man, got to, man. Yeah. I still kind of, I'm finna actually sit here, get up in there and start hitting some bags again. But yeah, I definitely do, brother. I love it. I actually sit here and I was telling the brother back there, I was in the green room. I seen a post you said, and he shone light on it. You know what I mean? But I said it was something me and you can kind of not quarrel, but debate about. Was Crawford not being the best pound for pound because Canelo took the thing. But the thing I'm not fair on, I didn't know Canelo went that high in weight. Yeah. I thought it was 160, 160.
Nah, he went up to 175.
So that is I can't say that it's a dent in his car. I can't say that it's a dent in his legacy. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I was telling the brother back then, I don't see nothing wrong with his legacy, even because I felt he got better after he fought Mayweather.
Absolutely.
You feel what I'm saying? He got tremendously better. I woke up and heard that and actually didn't even watch that fight and said, what went on? So I did my own investigation, and I didn't think it was that high. I didn't know it was 175. You know what I mean? So to be fair, I was wrong to say, okay, cool. I didn't see. I would thought like, yeah, I think that Crawford does have him pound for pound. Because Crawford to me is
some still argue that he does though.
I'm gonna take mine back. I seen it, and I'm gonna fairly say it. I spoke on it. I seen it, but I'm gonna take it back because
he just lost though. So again, some might have still put Crawford above Canelo.
Crawford is it. Crawford is it right now. Crawford is it right now. That's just a fan of I am. I wasn't.
So you're picking Crawford over Earl?
All the way. Yeah, all the way. Crawford is it, brother. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like he ducked anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I like. Not to take away from Mayweather, and it's crazy because as a boxing fan, and I say this because, you know what I mean? I had a podcast I do. We do sports talk 101.
Okay.
So when individuals, it was Little E podcast on my website, Knuckle TV and Knuckle Media. So I talk sports. And I say, to be honest and fair, because I might have a buddy that say it, hey, E, tell him that you never betted on Mayweather. I haven't.
Oh, wow.
I haven't.
Me neither, though. And we talk about that all the time because, it's like, yo, I hate that I never took out a second on my mortgage. You know what I'm saying? But I was always
easy
afraid.
Money, bro. And I'm a gambler. And I said to myself, easy money. But even when they laugh at me, like
I always thought they would rob him.
I did. And
he was so cocky. I felt like the business was gonna humble him. So I was always afraid.
All the way, brother. And then and then I got wiser. I was young again. So I always think like, you don't duck nobody. If you the best, you don't duck nobody. I heard you speak out. I think I seen something about, just the old greats. You know what I mean? You feel what I'm saying? They didn't duck nobody, bro. You feel what I'm saying? You can't put yourself with the greats. You don't duck nobody. But I can't take nothing from that man because that man is a great businessman.
Absolutely.
And he's a talented.
The best businessman in boxing.
Really
he just
talented.
fought last week in Saturday.
Thank you. I seen that. He's
Dubai,
very talented.
Abu Dhabi.
Very talented. Very talented man. You know what I'm saying? And I like when I seen him with his grandson and he did a post. And I said that post threw so much at me when he said, thank your great grandfather who taught me the game of sport of not to get hit. Mm-hmm. And I said, I respect that, brother, because you got the best defense I've ever seen. I just felt like there was maybe one or two. I'm a Pacquiao fan. You know what I mean? I'm a Pac-Man fan. I'm a big Pacquiao fan. You feel what I mean? I felt like who's the brother who got his eye cut?
Margarito?
No, that got a ice cut and they had to cancel it, and Pacquiao had to fight somebody else with his last fight.
Oh, you talking about Earl Spence?
Yeah.
Earl Spence got his eye, and Pacquiao
Now,
had to
let
fight
me ask you
Ugas.
this: like, is there somebody in your training camp that you cuss out or you fire for you to get Wutup, or is that something just normal that can happen?
Nah, that could happen.
You know,
Detached
because why?
retina?
Because why? That's the biggest payday you are going to have of your life.
Yeah.
Your life, and it's not going to come around no more.
Nope.
There's nobody else.
That
on
legend
stage.
has retired.
Thank you, but there's nobody else on that stage to give you that view because the Philippines come out for him.
Yep.
You were going. I don't care if you had a tenth of a percentage of that door, that gate, or whatever your deal was. You were not going to have that type of fight in your life again. So that I didn't understand. That I felt like damn, somebody gonna get fired. Like I'm cussing out.
Nah. I disagree though. I disagree.
Talk to me, brother.
I think he'll make more in a fight with Terrence Crawford.
Did Pac-Man?
Yeah, he should. In theory,
because Pacquiao being the legend he is was coming in the A side. Pacquiao was gonna get the nicer payday.
Yep.
Was gonna get the nicer payday in that fight. In the Bud fight, I personally feel that
Earl will be the A side.
Earl's the
Okay,
A-side.
and now fairly what you say there, I go there with you. But now
But
me and you sit
I
there and
agree
say
with
we
you,
took
though.
the numbers and we said views, pay-per-views, attendance, and everything. Pacquiao, and then this Crawford fight gonna come up. He may make a better situation to deal over here because you're fighting somebody that's bigger. But these individuals coming out for you.
Yeah, I
They
see what
coming
you're
out to
saying in
see it.
terms
His
of exposure.
Yeah,
Exposure is
yeah.
gonna be like what they gonna look at it and be
Global
like.
too.
But come on, like what fight have we wanted more in the last probably since
Oh, that's just beautiful.
Canelo
Yeah.
Triple G
This is
maybe?
beautiful,
I don't
brother.
think we've wanted as a boxing, community.
You're right, but are the Pacquiao fans gonna tune in? That's the point. Like had you fought
that
Pacquiao,
whole country,
you'd probably have some of those residual fans. Is what he's saying. You know?
Yeah, and I agree.
Even if he would have beat him. Now look at this fight that he's coming up with. Now look how this sets this one up.
You right.
Even if you gave him a draw, say if we cut a draw, Pacquiao's retiring, giving up, fighting one of the best, whoop them and the other right now again, as old as he is, and then you went to this Earl's fight. Oh man, that ticket would have been, woo.
Yep.
You generational wealth. Now
Yep.
you talking about. I just was heard about that. Like man, somebody messed your bag up, bro. Somebody in a situation messed your bag up, and I want to know like how did that situation?
No, that's
happen?
just shit that happens. Though.
That's okay. You guys know better than me.
Training, and it could have just been a
So you don't book
previous
this
injury.
motherfucker ass that did
No,
it.
no.
You don't fire him and say you was going to. Okay, I got you.
Nah, because
that's shit that happens.
It's a detached retina. You got headgear. It could have been in a fight. He said himself that when he would look, he would see the little fogginess, but he never thought nothing of it. So it could have been just something he was putting off. But I got Facts 100, $5 super chat. He says, Eric Wright, the 310 legend. We miss you, E. Prayer emojis, hands up emojis. The first one to put Mexicans on. Shout out to the brown side. Mike emoji, Mexican flag emoji, flexing emoji, and then obviously fire emoji.
Real talk. He already know it. Much love. Yeah, I said love pops. He definitely did, brother. He definitely did. It's a lot of OGs that you could go back that it could tell you that. You feel what I mean? But yeah.
So what is I guess your favorite fighter right now? Is it Crawford?
Now, yeah. I'm mad that I don't remember this little brother that I watched, but it's just it's an up and coming young one. But Crawford, yeah, very much, yeah. I was going to ask you guys that too, as far as in the UC.
Yeah,
what do you think of
Tank,
Devontae?
man.
Yeah,
that's one of my favorites.
That's your favorite. But do you feel like okay? I could talk to you. What do you think of Tank?
I like Tank.
What about the ducking? Like that?
Yeah, so it's funny because on the way here,
you heard the podcast with Brian Custer.
I did see the podcast with Brian Custer with Javante, and he brought up Devin Haney, and
yes,
Javante,
he called out Devin.
Yeah, and Javante was like, he's an email champ, basically saying, since I'm done with Mayweather after this fight, we can make that fight happen next. So.
And done with Mayweather as well as in business wise.
Yes.
And what does he feel is wrong? And then you guys know more than me. He just feel like he's more focused on himself and not him.
He just said it's time. He says I'm a grown man. It's time for me to do things on my own. But he did leave it pretty foggy, right? He kind of made it seem like he still might work with them
in the beginning. Yeah, well.
Because I know Brian Custer ends it like, well, you're done with Mayweather. He says yes, but before he answers that, he literally says, we might work with them, but it's just I'm my own man. And so it sounds like he wants to do GTD Promotions, which is Gervonta Tank Davis Promotions, and maybe that be in association with Mayweather.
I hear you. So as a fan, you don't see anybody dealing with him, or you don't see, what do you feel like is the best fight
for him?
For him. And I'm talking about the generational up too, because I feel like, that Baltimore scene that you're doing, take it a notch higher. Start grabbing these, so therefore you can get a bigger draw.
I mean, he's selling out in Baltimore, Atlanta, LA. Now he's going to New York. He just needs that fight, but he is the fight. If you understand what I'm saying, like you could pick another big name to put him in a fight with Tank, so it's a big fight. But without Tank, none of those other fights are big. Like Tank is the biggest in that division. Without him, those guys don't even get on pay-per-view. So they need him. The only guy that might not need him is Devin Haney, who he brought up. But Devin has to go where you just came from, Australia, and he's got to win twice over there.
Yeah.
So he's got his back against the wall. I don't know. We pray that he gets it done.
Through that fire. I was going to say, if he gets through that fire.
Yeah, if he gets through that fire, then he comes back to a huge payday.
And that's what I was going to ask you, because trainer was not his father, who is also his head trainer, was not
allowed into the country,
but has not been denied yet,
but hasn't been approved. So his son has been in Australia now 3 days already.
It's been out like a week now.
There you go.
Without his full training camp.
Yeah.
Without his father and his full trainer. Because the father is the trainer.
So they trying to put him through.
Even the second
trainer.
So you get two trainers. They both did not get approved.
And the second is like a British trainer. But we know why he didn't get approved. But the father over a drug conviction back in 92.
30 years ago, 7 years before his son was born. It's crazy. I used to think it was America, but it's the world. Like, for Australia, which is a different country, to bring up something from 30 years ago,
that's crazy.
That's not even fair.
Yeah, like for me, I have yet to be approved. I'm not going at this point, but
So you lose your $350 too?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I lost my $350 visa application.
That's crazy.
But I had an arrest, an assault charge that I beat. And I was in the military at the time, gave them my military records, and they still on the fence.
Wow.
I'm like, oh, fuck y'all.
Wow.
So now, cause he gonna win in June. He got to do, he got the contract, got to do it again. So now I'm basically gonna get my shit in order to go for the second time because, I'm like, y'all ridiculous. I'm like,
real talk.
That's why I asked you. I instantly, as soon as you said Australia, I'm like, how you get in?
Yeah, I did, brother. Yeah, I did then. I did twice, 2 or 3 times.
Do you remember, was it multiple cities or just Sydney?
Yeah, Sydney, Melbourne, Newcastle, Narrabri, Perth. I did like maybe 20 cities. You know what I mean? And there, and that was a scary thing because you got to fly on a little.
Oh man, them little planes, them little Leah planes.
Yeah, what they gonna tell me and you? We got to sit on opposite sides to balance the weight.
Oh
Once
man,
you hear that shit like that, you like, yeah, bro.
You know what though? It's crazy because you say that, but I fly all the time, and they say that shit on regular commercial aircraft. Like you try to move seat, no, we can't because of the balancing weight. I'm like. I'm only 250. What are we talking about here? Damn,
You make a difference, champ. You make a difference.
Yeah. So to that, both your favorite is Gervonta.
One of, man. I've been to his last like 3 fights live and gotten to see the atmosphere. Like I went to Atlanta. That was a movie. It was Black Hollywood in its. It was just beautiful. Dr. J was there. So many rappers.
Yeah.
Amazing looking women.
Yeah.
And. Then he fought in LA, right? So we were here in Vegas, and
Devin Haney fought here Saturday,
and we flew from here to LA for his fight Sunday, and we got to see both of those fan bases. Like Devin fight JoJo, then go to LA and see Tank fight. What's his name? Cruz and
the little bulldog.
Pitbull.
Yeah.
And
now is he supposed to fight Garcia?
It's not gonna happen.
Garcia. What is? Because I see a lot of,
Did you say you're through with Garcia?
No. Because I see him. I get a lot of promotions with a lot of different people, but it's like, you know what I mean? Like where's his stage gonna come?
He hasn't stepped up yet. You know, his biggest name is obviously Luke Campbell, and he's gone through some mental health issues. I want to believe that those are true. A lot of fight fans don't believe that. I believe it is. He has so many followers that it has to be difficult to deal with those comments. I've been on the internet for 11 years doing this show, and I deal with some crazy ass comments. Thank God for Harding and their beautiful bud, because it could get stressful.
Well, it can, brother.
It could get stressful, but if you're Ryan, you got 6-7 million people commenting.
Not just that, but
you might need some help.
Yeah, trust me, I've been through some retarded stuff.
Not just that, but when you 20, 21 and you get in hundreds of thousands and you get in big endorsements and the finest women throwing themselves at you. Shit happens, but you ain't missing nothing. Don't worry. Look,
with him, you're not.
Yeah. So Saturday, I'm gonna be in Brooklyn.
He did have a fight though about 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah, and like I said, you ain't missing nothing. You ain't missing nothing. So look, hey, let me tell you. So Saturday,
That's the one you don't want to miss.
They letting me in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
They ain't say no to me in Brooklyn.
That's right.
So Tank Roley, that should be action packed.
And Roley, whether you believe him or not, he believes he is the self-proclaimed this generation's Roberto Duran. So you don't want to miss it in case he does upset Tank and becomes this generation's Roberto Duran.
I can't be fake with you, brother. I can't. But I've been looking. So you tell me that, I've been looking for that fight. You feel what I'm saying? I've been looking for why? Because I just feel like I just feel like it's some tough ones out there that's gonna show you. You feel what I mean? But I thought that they were babying. What's that, brother? I thought they were babying him with Mayweather, but now y'all, I see him and Mayweather going through this, that, and the other.
Yeah, he's not happy about the treatment, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's not happy about the comments, because again, we live in this social media generation where it's like you do something, your fans could respond to you like, bro, why are you fighting so and so?
Yeah.
So it's immediate.
Yeah,
so I think he's starting to feel that,
There's
and he's
one
getting
more.
older. He's older than everybody.
Yeah, there's one more because we talked about living in the shoes, feeling the shoes, and I've seen a few of his fights. I want you guys' opinion on what do you think of Ali's grand.
Okay, Nico Ali Walsh.
Yeah.
We just had him in here.
Yeah.
I like him. I actually like him. I think that had you asked me that before I interviewed him, I wouldn't be sure, and I'd be like, I don't know. He's probably trying to live off his grandfather, but no.
But do you think it needs to be tightened up? Like, because if he runs into somebody that really. You feel
it's still early. It's still early.
It's early.
It's super early.
They shooting it here. You know what I mean? I'm seeing.
I think
exposure.
I think that the exposure.
Yeah, the machine is behind them.
The machine is behind them, but it's the obvious last name,
yes.
right? But as far as who they're matching them up against, they ain't matching them up too hard. He's moving at the right pace right now.
He definitely is moving at the right pace. But we again, and I already know by your comment how you started, and you seeing what I see. If some come up in there, just right, don't you let something slip in the crack and then tighten them up.
No, and listen,
he just
it
had
can
some work to
happen.
do. You know what I mean? I like him though. I like what I see. I love the history. I love the story. I love the history. I like what I see. It's just I just understand and know that he needs some more behind him.
No, it can happen. It just happened to Evander Holyfield's son Saturday night on the same network, same company, Top Rank. I mean,
no, that was a Triller.
Evan. Oh, that was Triller?
That was Triller.
Well, it was still Saturday,
Triller,
and he got knocked out. And that's the son of a legend, and he's the guy who knocked him out. I'm sure the matchmakers didn't expect Evan to be knocked out. It was supposed to be a good fight, but Evan was supposed to win. But this is boxing, bro. One shot is just this. You get hit on the button. It's the button.
It is.
It's the button for a reason.
You got to swing fighter's chance. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But I just feel I like with the story and everything, but I just feel like dang, I didn't.
He's pretty down to earth though. Yeah, give him a chance.
And I know what you
cool.
said because again, like I say, I met Mayweather. Great individual, brother. Cool individual. I'd be like, man, I wish I'd a couple of mortgages years ago would have felt this way, but I just was looking for. You know what I mean? He just played the bad guy. He played the bad guy. But he's a talented individual, man.
I wish I would have been intelligent enough to bet on Mayweather, boy. That would have been some free money. But do you got any? We actually got some questions from the people. Let me. We got James Valdez from San Antonio says, "What's your thoughts on the latest series that was done on your dad, The Mysterious Death of Eazy-E?"
Yeah, that's the one I was speaking about. So sure, someone. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch not an ounce of it. You know what I'm saying? And maybe matter of fact, I might be fibbing to you. I watched a little bit that they portrayed me in to see what they said there they had me in, because of course I had to send an invoice, and that's the only reason, not to be on no like what I'm in it. And anybody send you something to say, hey E, I got a check for you, huh? Really? What is it? You're in this series. I am. Nice. Oh, now I'm curious to know what you put me in. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the only little bit that I've seen. Other than that, I didn't watch it because you just didn't stand for really wanting to just check something about some individuals that didn't know too much. You feel what I'm saying? There's not too much, there was no credibility to individuals that had it. So why is his son gonna watch that? You know what I mean? I know what I know.
I got Dominic in Seattle, Washington says, "Hey champ, I've been a fan since This Ain't a Game."
Oh my goodness, appreciate you, brother.
Coming from Compton, bars. So what's your top 5 street slapper artists you bumping in your car, and top 5 boxers? PBC Baby and Bivol Baby.
Ooh, let's go. Top 5 that I'm bumping in my car. Is hard right now, man, but I'm not gonna lie. I got Mozzie. I just heard Mozzie's new one. You know what I mean? I like that. I want to see the change and of production and different things going on since he got with Gotti, or what is that? Yeah, with the CMG. Yeah, CMG. So I wanted to see the difference of that. I've always been a fan, but I just wanted to see the difference. I like. I heard you guys. I like Lil Baby. I like the Baby. I like Old Young Boy. I like the Baby. I like Lil Baby because he's real. Speaks some. I like the Baby because he can give you some music that can be colorful, even though he might slip in the stick talk here and there, but it can be colorful. It's like kind of a Ludacris type of old school Ludacris when he does his videos. I think he did one about wigs with girls, and you could talk tough and all that. You know what I mean? Little bop in it. I put a stick with a little bop in it, but you make it okay for individuals to be like, that went over some people who pushing that button play head because it was colorful. So I like to sit here and stay on top of what he's doing. Young boys, maybe it's because it's now kind of like WWE's, like shit, who you going at next? You know what I mean? And then old school music, brother. I keep old school music, but going to boxing, man.
You ain't bumping the Kendrick's latest?
You know what? I did check it out because I asked a friend of mine. I said, I seen a video. Then he said, E, I got the album. And we listened a little bit of it. So to correct me, yeah, brother, appreciate you checking me on that one. I listened to a little bit of it. And I asked him a question. I said, bro, as this being my dog, when did he promote that this was coming out? I was just more so on as far as in the awareness of it and him promoting it. Then I went and looked at the numbers and understood that he did something where he said he's going to be on his website. You feel what I'm saying? So I like, I missed that. You know what I mean? And I just wanted to gauge what was going on. So I went and listened to it. You feel what I'm saying? Because Kendrick can go over a lot of individuals' heads in this generation right now.
Absolutely.
He goes over a lot of these individuals' heads. So he's not the popular, individual right now, but I sit here and listen to him when I want to listen to what he's giving to individuals. You feel what I'm saying? I can listen to what you're speaking on, brother. A lot of them can't. A lot of them won't. A lot of them might not play it in the club. None of it might not get no play in the club. You feel what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? I always want to sit here, see what the brother is giving knowledge off to.
Well, I'll tell you what. I know he went #1 again, and either four or 6 songs, top 10. So, definitely doing this thing.
Yeah, he did about, 300 first week? I heard that they had debate what they was generating and wanted to do. But again, you know what I'm saying? This is his music business. You feel what I'm saying? You keep your ear to it. But other than that, I love the fact to see him again, like I told him, anybody come from the city that's doing something right, brother.
Absolutely.
I'm a push with him.
I got Brandon.
Boxing. I'm sorry. Boxing wise.
Yes.
Tyson goes at the top, bro.
All right.
Tyson goes at the top, bro.
4 more.
4 more. Tyson, Ali.
Okay.
Man, Pacquiao going there, man. Crawford.
Uh-oh.
And I cannot leave the man out of it. I just wasn't a fan of
Floyd.
Yeah. I wasn't a fan of just seeing him win. I was a fan of watching that fight. He's entertainment. He kept me watching it, even though if I wasn't one rooting for him, he kept me watching it to sit there and see it, bro. But that was it. You know what I mean? I know other people got that Ali Tyson whole thing, but when Tyson was was with Customato, I feel like ain't nothing could see him if he kept that and those trainers in that situation. I don't think, even though Evander, I can't leave Evander out. Evander's in there somewhere. I can't leave him out, bro. I cried when they fought. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Wow.
Because it was two of my favorites. So I can't leave Evander out. And Evander was just, a real boxer. Tyson at that point in time was just trying to knock a nigga's head off.
For sure.
And Evander could really get down. You feel what I'm saying? If you caught Tyson before all the stress and all that, that would have been a fight to ooh. But then again, you got your question and say Tyson was ducking him then at that time because he beat him in the Olympics, wasn't it?
Yep.
So.
I got Brandon Maurice that says, thoughts on Draco the Ruler and his untimely death. In my opinion, he was the best talent coming out of LA in the past 10 years.
Man.
Brandon is from Cincinnati.
It's a good question, brother. Usually I don't even like talking on stuff like that. Good question. And I'm not going to leave you dry on the answer. But very talented brother. God bless his soul. It just takes a time to where we got to understand that we want to live a life and live the life to be talented. You feel what I'm saying? And not feel like, we're going to go to the point of proving anything to anybody if it has to sit here and define or have to be the detrimental of you, costing you your life or your freedom. In that situation, it's just sad because I'm not with black on black violence, but he was, one of probably be the most talented, one of the talented young individuals coming up doing something. I just felt like he, once you just perform, if you're not seeing eye to eye with the biggest stage performer on that stage, then it's time to shake the spot. And I wish he would have just shook the spot. Because you wouldn't have a dead individual. But if you and, another individual who is the biggest on that stage or having this, it's not no excuse of saying, hey, only 10 of my security could come in. It was kind of like, no, let's just not even play this game and let's just leave. Because you're going to be in a bad situation. And that's what I feel like happened.
I got Jordan Baker in Florida that says, would you ever do a celebrity boxing match?
I was asked that just 2 weeks ago.
Word?
Yeah, brother. They just shoot a bad number, and I entertained it because I told myself I was going to get back in there and train. I have trained before, and I feel like that's the thing to do. If you got a situation or issue with a rapper, then if we start sitting here putting this bill really high, you feel me? You can start getting these rappers, hey, don't talk or don't rap about me if you're not gonna sit here and get in this back. If you can't get in this ring with me, ain't no bars about me. You can't get in this ring with me, ain't no talk about anything else. But then we know a lot of these young individuals is not gonna fight. It's some that's the toughest ones to the kids, toughest ones because they sit here speaking and rapping and sell the most records. But I just know they're not gonna fight for nothing. They're not gonna throw a lick to sit here and fight. But I feel like that could be a big thing. So I'm a supporter of guns down, gloves up type of situation where you get in there and get in the ring and they give you a real bag. You got some people playing with a real bag. Hey, just shut that all stuff up and get in the ring. And then what if you have like a real series to it, like E didn't sit here and it's like I'm 4-0. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like it's a price tag now before like, oh, hey, they say they want Game to come in here and fight. Oh, what? Nah, man, I need like $2 million now. When I go blemish my record, I need like $2-3 million, brother.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So it could be kind of fun to some individuals if we really take it on a serious level to sit here and try to, just get the youth to sit here and stop this, shooting and killing. That's the easy way, bro.
Yeah, man. I don't know if you know, Black China's actually going to be in there.
I seen that, brother. Yeah.
Let me get a screen share.
Yeah, I seen that. I seen that when they actually gave. Okay. With what is that? A model with another model?
She actually a former. Yeah, she's a model. Former.
She's big though.
Former like military.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh, that's what you don't want to do when you hear that. Former military. You can't train.
She in shape.
Not even that. It's just the fact of it's like. It's memory. You feel what I'm saying? Muscle memory.
She was in the Air Force. That don't count. And I can say that. I could say that because I was in the Air Force. So before y'all say shit, I can say that.
I can say that.
I can say that.
Yo.
But
let me get another screen share. I'm sure you seen Benzino is in this match. You could take Benzino. Look at Benzino.
What? I don't even. That's the OG, and I much love to Benzino. Yeah, that's because he back in the days, he knew my father did business, man. But can I? Yes, bro. Ain't too many that I can't take, bro. Ain't too many. If I go in there but a good 3-4 month training, bro, with the memory I got, nah, man, come on. And we gonna keep it the same weight class. What'd you say, 250, bro? If I lose Lose about 20, man. I'm still gonna be heavyweight. 195. Yeah. It's gonna be heavy.
How tall are you?
Me, a 5'6". It's hard. 5'6".
Oh wow.
You know what I'm saying? So what I'm gonna do is go like I gotta really do boxing training and go get down to like 175.
Yeah. That's easy though. In 4 months.
Yeah. See, I gotta go. And now somebody told me that at your height. Ooh, I said, yeah, brother, I gotta lose. I gotta 175. I might gotta do 167. You know what I'm saying? So,
not if you fight Benzino.
Yeah, no, Benzino. No, I take that on just anything, just any clause. And it'd be some fights you could just take to just like anything, like, hey, we going. But most of my weight class, them motherfuckers gonna be 6'3", 6'5", or something.
Yeah, no, listen, man. They out there fighting. What's my man name from Love and Hip Hop? He's fighting too. Celebrity boxing blowing up. Let me get another screen share. You remember this guy from Love and Hip Hop?
Oh, Cisco.
Yeah, he fighting too.
Nah, you're not lying though, because shout out to my brother. I left him out of my top 5. Damn. Zab is my bro.
Okay,
you know,
he's doing
that's
you know his father. That's Yoel. That's who's in Devin's corner right now in Australia.
Okay, what he got? Man, and they gave me that story, bro. See, I don't even speak. We did a movie together when we first met.
You and Zab?
Me and Zab Zuda, and it was and Zab. I was supposed to play the boxer, then they brought Zab in to play the boxer, so I played the knucklehead son. And yeah, so I was like, I wasn't tripping. Like, y'all would have got a real boxer. Yes, he should play him. So we chilled in our dressing room, bro. And we smoked, me and his pops, bro. And of course, all things. I was young. I wanted to ask about the fight, with him and Mayweather. Yeah, man, what? And oh my goodness, him and his pops, man, in the same room, man. I love him like crazy. You know what I mean? They just gave it to me raw, man. They was just trying to fight. They trying to bring the Brooklyn out. But he had a celebrity boxing match. I was actually, me and my brother Pac-Man Jones were
in the Virgin Islands or something like that.
We were in Atlanta.
No, okay, the one in Atlanta.
Virgin Islands was the one after. We did the very first one, and I met Shaquille O'Neal there, which was a pleasure because him and my dad had the same business manager, and he gave me that whole story, bro, and just took me down memory lane. But me and Pac-Man were things. So you had Raz B from B2K. He fought another one. You had Bianca, the girl with a chicken noodle. What is it? Chicken noodles?
Yeah.
Bianca, I think she's from NY. She's from New York. Yep. She fought, and I think they kind of got mad because they felt like we unfairly judged that one. They felt like the girl beat her. They had the midgets fight, and dude from Black Ink Crew, buffed it, fought the Flatmaster. And he kind of gave it to him a little bit.
That was Big Don, right?
Yeah,
Big Don.
Big old Diesel one.
Yeah, from Chicago.
Yeah, from the Chi. There you go.
You know how we get down? Come on, man. Stop playing. You know how we get down?
That was nice, bro. And that kind of like got me into thought process because me and Zab was joking. I was like, man, you make the money right, man. And I didn't have to be too high at that time. I was just, I was reaching for 100,000.
Do you remember who Triller had? Triller had a rapper. I want to say it could have been a Jake Paul card. Mm-hmm. He was, from somewhere from like L.A.
Not Bosco you're talking about.
I got to check.
Not Bosco, it wasn't Triller. You talking about Blueface.
No. Before that.
Before Blueface?
Yeah, it felt like he was probably like a Blood or something.
Yes, you talking about Bosco and Rest in Peace Gonzo.
Okay.
I think Snoop actually commentated that one, so it might have been on Triller.
See?
But Rest in Peace Gonzo from L.A., from out of the 60s, fought Bosco from out of Inglewood.
Okay. Finally got you some more water. What's up, Bo? You got my man dying in here.
No, you good, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it.
We got St. Louis Red with the last one. It says, as someone who is close to the story, do you believe the Straight Outta Compton movie was slanted? It felt like it was Dre's account of what happened, which contradicted some of the stories we've heard from Eazy-E. From Eazy-E's angle. Do you believe that played a role in you not being chosen to play your father as Cube's son was selected to play him?
You to answer the first one off top, I named it. If you're listening to the podcast, yeah, definitely told their own story. It was very much slanted to, being his father. We went to the screening, and you just get like a family to come out of screening for a big movie like that, and everybody's just down. It was just not, hot. But we went again, supported it, and did what we were supposed to, and give respects to, what it branded. As far as in playing my father, just to let everybody know, I coached Jason Mitchell. When he first came to California, I had a show with Dub C, which is his coaching, his coach on set. And me and DJ Yella, and he got to see us, in front of a nice crowd at LA Convention Center perform my father's hits. So he took some things, and then when I first went to the set, I sat there. I had that picture on my site too. I sat there and was with F. Gary Gray and Cube, and he walked over and he's like, "Hey E, what do you think?" And then F. Gary Gray and them look, and there was the performance parts when he was doing We Want Easy. So I appreciate that, and that was my little doop of what I gave my little support and coaching in that. But nah, they just they wanted somebody who was polished. They wanted somebody that was really into it. A lot of people look at it like, Cube did what he was supposed to do for his son.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? That's how as a man, that's just I don't no cry, spill milk for me from that in that situation. I got auditioned 3 times. You know what I mean? I went in auditioned 3 times.
For that role?
Yeah, for my father's role. So I did audition for it. The conversation is crazy because now just be got the honest truth with you when you say, hey, me, Dre and F. Gary Gray, Kendrick was in the next room. Dre was pouring up Tanqueray. F. Gary Gray was there, and he asked me, he says, "Game's coming. Is that cool, E? It's cool if Game coming here?" And I laughed. I said, "Man, we straight." So Game was coming, and we actually really chilled and all had a thing. This was when Kendrick was real young. Nipsey was like real young at that time. You feel what I'm saying? And I had a conversation with F. Gary Gray and Dre at that time where they said, and they knew about me going in rehearse. Cube knew about me going in rehearsing. And F. Gary Gray said something that kind of dawned on me as well. One was, of course, like we just talked about, boxing is losing drastic weight to play his deaf part. And F. Gary Gray said that didn't sit right with me even asking you to do that part. So a lot of things in this script, E, just was off to me to even come at you. I've been knowing F. Gary Gray before all of this. You feel what I'm saying? And I guess as a real brother on a real level. And it dawned on me, and I respected that they had that conversation with me instead of me as a man when I was still young at the time to have all this feeling of like, like you guys got not giving me a fair chance and or this or why, I don't hear this or this, that, and the other or knew about this months before. And when he had that conversation with me and told me, I thought about it like, damn, nigga, how would I feel really playing him in the hospital bed and crying and, all this AIDS stuff. And then as a family, we don't believe that. You know what I mean? So that's another psychological thing that's fucking with me at that time too. Yeah. I know. Yeah. See, I mean, but somebody could ask that, but no, we don't. It's in a deaf thing. As far as in the documentary somebody asked me about. But no, as a son, no, we do not believe that, that was. Well, can we believe? Hey, only God can know at this time. You feel what I'm saying? Like now you digging into Pandora's box. Yeah. Figuring out, everything else. But we always sit there and say, and Magic will say it itself. Magic was the spokesperson. My dad was the victim. You feel what I'm saying? You have a spokesperson, you have a face of it, then you have to have a big face to be seriously die from it so this world can know it's serious.
Yes.
You feel what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just leave that in that situation of what we feel. But no. So when he didn't tell me they felt bad of me playing that part, I don't think about Cube. Yeah, that Cube did what he's supposed to do with his son, prepare his son to play him. If my dad was here, that's what the situation would have been. Either me or my little brother, who looks a lot more shorter than me. You know what I mean? I'm taller than my father, and a lot smaller than me. I'm a brother to where I wasn't even opposed to that. My little brother, you know what I'm saying? Him playing him or me playing him. We both went in. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So.
That's crazy to hear that y'all both auditioned and they didn't choose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, my other brother Derek, he's tall, so he's like almost 5'10". So it was like, that would have been tough.
So you auditioned, but you ultimately got a different role.
No, I didn't get a role at all. Jason just happened to reach out to me and asked me for advice, and when he was coming to LA, and I coached him.
So none of the siblings got a role.
None.
No one that auditioned got a role.
None.
Has anyone ever asked Cube about this?
Oh yeah, I mean it's yeah. You get all this other stuff about
what's his reason?
They wanted that role, my father's role, considered a more polished actor.
All right, so why couldn't you guys get other roles in the movie doing something else?
Good question, bro.
You could have still been a fucking security guard at the very least. Put him in. Because if you auditioned, you're showing him you're interested. So at least if that role is full, it's like, yo, this is Eazy's son. Let's put him in this role. Like, geez.
So then it comes down to the fact of just how you terminally felt. Like, you on set, you reading that script, and you as a family member, you know what I mean? Because let me just be totally honest with you. I didn't go on the set until probably the tier end of it. You know what I mean? It was a situation where they had in Compton where the set got shot up, and they thought that I had that done, and my sister overheard that, and so Cube's bodyguard calls me, Kibo, and was like, hey, you know what I mean, like, cuz I think you need to come up here and, you know what I mean, just like, let a lot of people know, who you are. This is not, you know what I mean, like, there's not even E get out. You feel what I'm saying? Or E's not even holding no bad intentions. So it was a lot going on there. You know what I mean? Them saying, hey, I'm not promoting and endorsing it. And then when I go, it's a big old stage because of the fact that you got me there to promote and endorse it. You feel what I'm saying? And like that. But I just don't feel like at that time you couldn't have slipped no bullshit script up underneath my nose.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like that I think they had enough respect for me to know that. You feel what I'm saying? I can fairly say that. Like we got enough respect with each other to know, if I'm gonna slip something, I'm gonna slip it over his head, not under him,
Right. Well, those are definitely all the questions from the people. I want to thank you, obviously, for coming in. It's been a long interview. I hope it wasn't too long.
No, not a pleasure, brother. I had a pleasure. I just got one question because I heard him talk about it, and I want to get his understanding of it. Is what is your take on? Because I had this debate with my friend and my partner. Is what a lot of these MMA guys that come up and beat, they call out Conor. You feel what I'm saying? They call out Conor. Now, how does he play that? Is that just because he knows he has a bag that he could forever get in MMA? Or do they already think that they can sit here and he has a chance to fight these young individuals?
You talking about Conor?
Yeah, but who's the guy that just called him out maybe 2-3 weekends ago? The weekend of the weekend that Canelo lost. He fought.
Wasn't that Gaethje?
I believe that was Gaethje, or no, because Oliveira wants to fight Khabib. But yeah, I think it was Gaethje.
Gaethje called out Conor.
I think so. Yeah.
And I asked myself, like, why do you got do it? I mean, I know they're doing it just for the money.
No, look, as Conor said it best. They phone home to their wife, baby. We did it. Break out the red panties. They got the payday. Like Conor's what Floyd was, and
can do, huh? He can still get a back, but.
It.
He's smart enough to know that some of these young cats might break his motherfucking, like they didn't caught up to you, brother. Like Floyd, I don't think in the boxing world they caught up to Floyd yet. You know what I'm saying? To where he can still woo through. Conor, it's just like, ooh, don't go out there with these young cats.
Yeah.
But what do you do in that position, Conor? You feel what I'm saying? He's not retiring, right?
He could. I mean,
who knows at this point?
You know
what I'm saying? But it's like I wouldn't recommend you going out there catching these young cats, but they keep yelling you out. Like does this MMA world feel like he still will get out here with these young individuals? And
well, I'll tell you this much, they come at him with the right dollar amount. They're gonna make some
he's gonna break the bank.
But I tell you, I feel like if he wants to make big money, he gotta come. He know where to come. Where he came to fight Floyd in his boxing game.
Yeah.
They ain't making that money over there. You gotta.
You see, Ngannou wants to come to boxing too. He wants to fight Tyson Fury.
Champion wants to come to boxing.
There's no money in MMA.
There's money, but not to the level of boxing.
Well,
they just say that.
Not for the risk.
Okay, is it true that Dana's making a lot of money?
I was say there's money, but not for the fighters.
Yeah,
no, I mean not for the risk anyway. Like, bro, you're getting cut. You know what I'm saying?
That's vicious, bro. It's vicious.
It's brutal. It's just not enough money. It's just not.
And then that was my last one for you, brother. Is the heavyweights, the heavyweight world. You feel Fury is really.
Fury's that dude, man. I mean, I was the biggest Wilder fan. They used to call this channel the Wilder Voice.
I wasn't either, bro. So I felt like he just didn't train enough, in a proper manner to go the distance with somebody. You feel what I'm saying? So it came out, but do you feel Fury is really?
I feel Fury is that dude. I feel Fury would have beat fucking Muhammad Ali. I know people don't like it, but I mean, if you look at Fury, he's mastered the Muhammad Ali flow. The movement, the foot movement. He's a boxer. He's 6'9". He pumps the jab, and now he showed he could be a puncher. He could knock you out. He knocked out Wilder twice in fucking Dillian White.
Because he could go the distance, though. But he knew he was going to be able to go the distance. He knew, he had no legs up underneath him. And that's what I respect.
He's got remarkable endurance, Fury.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. And what I respected, he literally told us what he was going to do in the second fight, and he did it.
What? That's
what? The world, nobody believed him. Like, what do you mean you going to knock out? You ain't no knockout. What are you talking about? And you got to give him his credit. Sure
enough, man. Because I didn't believe that, up until that point, we didn't even think Fury was a puncher. And now at the end, of his career, second half of his career, he's turned it around and he's known as a puncher. But it seems like he's going to retire, unfortunately. Hopefully he doesn't. Hopefully we do get undisputed in the heavyweight division. This is, the last 2 years have been years of undisputing. So it'd be good if the heavyweight division could do it again.
Yeah, real talk.
Since they haven't done it in forever.
For real.
But yeah, man, those are all the questions. We're going to go ahead and take this picture with you outside. We'll take a quick intermission. Actually, we're going to end it.
End the show.
Yeah, we're going to end it. Want to thank everybody that joined us.
And make sure to give out your Instagram for those.
Yes, please.
Oh, man, it's at Lil Eazy-E _E,
All right, we got Haroon Rashid, who just joined the prospect level, so shout out to you. And we got New York Bullet that says Chandler.
Yeah, it was Michael Chandler that called out Connor.
Oh,
there
Michael.
There you go. Yeah, appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, Connor, stay with the whiskey, man.
That's what I said. It's just dangerous. But again, I look at it like him. All these little youngsters keep calling him out. One day he gonna sit back and say, I could go put this up for the generational wealth. We could go grab this.
But he could do that on the boxing side.
And I didn't even think about that, brother. For real, I didn't think about that.
His biggest payday is Floyd Mayweather.
It was, man. And some people probably really think
ring.
that they can have it. He might could do a Jake Paul situation and have them break their bank. You feel what I'm saying?
I'd love to see them fight each other.
Yeah, I would love
I'm
that.
serious.
I would love that, bro.
I'm serious.
Oh, that's a bank breaker. Yeah.
I'm serious.
I got another one here from Facts 100. It says, Lil E, what's your favorite memory with your dad?
Oh, man. I got plenty. I'm going to just give you the one at the top of my head, man. We was we were my uncle's he's in Air Force. he's a weapons specialist in the Air Force.
Okay.
It's my dad's brother, and he was taking me. And what we'll do is because of course I live with his mom and dad, so my grandparents, and so my uncle was there. He took me and we went to the Forum. So Michael Jordan's there, Magic Johnson's there. You feel what I'm saying? Man, it's just so many individuals, man. I think Stevie Wonder was there. It's so many individuals. So I'm standing there on the wall, and I'm just posted. And right next to me was Janet Jackson. And I didn't say not a word to her at all. And when I got in the car, my daddy roasted me the whole way home and said, I can't believe. Guess who stood next to Janet Jackson and didn't say a word to her? Not even asked her to let him sit in his lap for a kiss. So that right there is just like, what? It's just going home that whole night after seeing my father perform, because there's one lady, she let me sit in her lap because I was on the side of the stage and I wanted to get up and see it. So she's like, what? Eazy, son. And one dude picked me up and she sat me right there in her section. And then everything like that, man. And we just, it was cool, bro. I was 6, 7 years old. And he joked me the whole night because I didn't say nothing to Janet Jackson. And that's the only time until I got to Virgin Records that I ever met Janet Jackson.
Oh, wow. So you didn't meet her until
that time, and then until I signed to Virgin Records. Jermaine Dupri was the VP, and that's when him and Janet was together, and they brought him over to Virgin Records
for the urban side.
Yep,
right?
exactly for the urban side.
I remember. Really quick, did you please tell me you told Janet the story?
No, I did not. No, I did not. Nah. I did not.
Oh man.
I did not, brother. No.
Well,
I got one more. New York Bullet says Benzino is like 70 years old.
Oh well, yeah. He wouldn't. It wouldn't. Yeah, he couldn't last. What is it? 2-minute rounds? I'm not. Zeno my dog, but the brother just joked with it about a boxing match. But I wear his ass out.
All right, we're gonna take this picture. Thank you for joining us. We're out.
For sure.